Welcome back to the Pen and Inkwell. Well, it's Sunday evening and we've had Halloween last night, and I'm going to take this opportunity now on a quiet day to have a look at the Diamine Shimmertastic inks. There's been a lot of pictures of them on Instagram. I've had a good play with them now for about a fortnight since I was kindly given samples of them by Pure Pens and Ross and his team there, about a fortnight ago. I've got my favourites, I know which ones I like, which ones I'm not as impressed with, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through them all quickly. Rather than give a review of each of the inks, I'm just going to do a bit of a writing sample with each of them so that you get to see how they look. And the way we're going to do this is a little bit like this really, so bear with me one second. Here's the 10 of them, just here behind me, you can see these here. And then what I'm going to do, those of you that know me, I've got a bit of a collection of Lamy pens. I've got 10 of them. I've got more than 10 of them, but I'm going to use 10 of them, and I have only got extra fine nibs on these, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dip them. I'm not going to fill them with the ink, I'm going to dip them with the ink so that we get a bit of a thicker, broader line on them than I would have if I filled an extra fine nib with them, so that we really get to see that ink as well as we can see that ink. I'm going to use Roger paper as always, and just write their names and the colour of that ink down so you can see what that's, what they're each like next to each other. Hopefully we'll pick up the shimmer in them. I have been really impressed with them recently, since I've had them now. I find that there's a lot of shimmer within them. Some of my favourites ones now, Blue Lightning, I really like. Purple Pizzazz, really quite keen on that one. I've got that one in the purple Twisby 580 AL at the moment, which really works quite nice. So rather than go through them all one by one now and show you them all now, I'll go through them all closer up with the camera facing down on them, so you get a real sort of chance to see them all, and hopefully it will be really useful for you all. Again, if anything else you want me to look at, let me know, but join me back in 2 seconds while I turn the camera around and we'll have a look. Thank you. Welcome back. So what I'm going to do is I'm hopefully going to capture each of these inks. I'm just going to be dipping them using Lamy pens like this. Excuse the ink on my fingers, it's been a messy afternoon. So I've got 10 different ones. They've all got extra fine nibs, so I'm going to dip them to try and get as much ink on these as I possibly can, and then hopefully we'll have a look at it a little closer and see where we are from there. So let's make a start. So this is number 1. So this is Blue Pearl, as you can see here. So this is Blue Pearl. And put a bit of ink on the paper here, and then hopefully that'll pick up some of the sheen. If you have a look, just put the lid on this, you'll be able to see this on the bottom, I think. You see the red that way. See the shimmer on the bottom of that there? See it gathering at the bottom there. So it's quite pretty there. So that's Blue Pearl. Then the second one we're going to look at now, this is Magical Forest. Magical Forest. Okay, we'll have a look at the bottle. See the shimmer in that. So again, if you have a look, just as we get to the bottom there, it does gather there. So the next one we've got here now. Now this might be quite difficult to capture. I had a look at this. I'll have a look at the nib there. This is Golden Sands. It's it comes out like a sort of mustardy colour really. But have a look at that bottle there. You can see that there. See the shimmer that's in that? You can really see the gold coming through that one. Capture the gold in there. It is difficult to write with though. Now this has been, I have to say, this one's been one of my favourites. There isn't much left in this one because I've been using a fair bit of it. So this is Purple Pizzazz. I love the names of some of these. It really works, the name of this one. Let's put that out of the way. Again, you can see it slowly fading out the bottom of that vial there. Again, now this, if you're a fan of bright blues, just take a look at that just to start with. Take a look at that bottle, the ink that's gathering around there. If we can capture that. Can you see the shimmer at the bottom here? I don't want to tip it over, otherwise it's all going to tip out. So this one, again, one of my favourites. This is Blue Lightning. If you like bright blues, turquoises, you're really going to like this one. I need to get myself a dip pen. I want to find myself one of those glass dip pens. Really know where to look. If anybody knows, please leave a comment. Sorry, excuse me, get my hand out of the way there. Leave a comment below as to where I can get one from. That'd be great. So next one, Brandy Dazzle. Just for information as well, this up here is Brandy Dazzle. What I've written the title in as well here. That's Brandy Dazzle in a flex nib pen that I have. Fortunately, I don't have enough flex nib pens to be able to do all of this in something that wide. So, but this is Brandy Dazzle. Put that out of the way. Again, you can see the colour shine in that ink there. You can see that some of them are more fluid than the others. Some are leaving a lot of ink left behind on the insides of the vials, but as I say, some of them are quite, as I say, really quite fluid. So this one, Red Luster. So this is more of a red than the Brandy Dazzle. The Brandy Dazzle's got a bit of an orangey tone, and sometimes it's a bit earthy, has a bit of a brown tone to it as well, but this is more of a genuine red. Sorry, my hands are getting in the way here, aren't they? Because this camera's really quite close in order to get a proper view of it. So this is the third blue that comes in this collection. So there's 10 of them in all, so we're getting close to the end here, and this is the third blue. This is a darker blue. So we've got the Blue Lightning, which is your turquoise, your very pale blue. The Blue Pearl, I think, is very much a stand, you know, is more of your middle of the line standard royal type blue. This one now is more of a blue black, has a bit of a purpley tone to it as well, I would say. And this one's called Shimmering seas. Have a look at that one. Personally, I haven't found an awful lot of shimmer in this one. Some of them have got more sparkle in than others. Let's have a look at this one now. So this is sparkling shadows. It's quite a nice one. You can see just about pick the gold. There's a gold fleck in that one, which you can see gathering at the bottom there. When you're using these, what I'd recommend you do first is give them a bit of a shake beforehand. So we're just going into the last one now. Now this one, just for example, you know I said how some of them are thicker than others. Take a look at this. This ink is pretty much coating the inside of this bottle. So this is night sky. Where the others, if you look at, by comparison, let's have a look at Brandy Dazzle there. It's quite clear in that bottle, but look at that there, it is coating the inside of that bottle. So this is the last one in the collection, and this is Night Sky. Let's put that away. Well, let's see how this looks closer up. So this one at the top here, the one at the top here, this is Brandy Dazzle that I used. To write the title here. So we have Blue Pearl. Blue Pearl does have a fair bit of shimmer in it. A fair bit of sparkle on there. Magical Forest, again, it has on the eye here, you can see it capture a little bit of that. Golden Sands, I haven't seen anything in it, I have to say. You can see a little bit of a gold fleck in there, but of all of them, I don't think it really I don't think that one works as well. Purple Pizzazz, I really like it. And I've actually got this in an extra fine nib in my TWSBI 580 AL in purple, so I had to use the purple to match it. And it does show up still on there. So hopefully you can capture that. Blue Lightning, it's a fantastic colour. I really like the colour. It's an everyday sort of use pen, but it doesn't capture an awful lot of the shimmer, in my opinion. Brandy Dazzle, I have to say, is my favourite. What I really love about it is the shading on it as well. If you have a look, you can just see there on the Y, the shading that ink creates as well as the shimmer. The Red Luster, there is a sparkle to that. The Shimmering Seas, there is a little bit in there actually. I sort of hadn't really noticed an awful lot of it before, but there is some in there. Sparkling Shadows, it's a bit of a grey colour and has a little bit of shimmer in it, has a bit of shine in there. I would say, there is this the J. Herbin ink, the grey colour sparkle ink as well. They're comparable. I don't think it works massively with a grey ink. And then the Night Sky Black, again, you can see little bits of silver show through that. But what I'm going to do as well, I'm going to turn this off in a second, and then I'm going to come back, and I've already done sample cards of all of these inks in bigger swabs. I'll lay them all out for you to see them in a picture closer up, and that will give you a better idea. So this is these inks in writing. Very shortly I'll give you them all in a swab so you can just see them all in one big picture. I hope it's been useful to you. I like them a lot. And I think Diamine have done a great job in getting this shimmer into these. Some of them have worked better than others, but you know, that's always going to be the case. They're a lot of fun to work with. I think the Brandy Dazzle will work fantastic coming up to Christmas now, writing Christmas cards. You know, maybe sort of used against the Magical Forest, they'll work really well. And if you just want a blue ink that's going to just be a little bit more interesting, but you have to use blue ink in work, or if you have to use black ink in work but you want to just add something a little bit more interesting, then Night Sky, Blue Pearl, you'll get away with it. You know, there's a little bit of something in there to make it that bit more interesting, but not enough that I don't think your work organisation would sort of say, no, you can't do that. So it does work really well. So I hope this has been useful. I'll show you the swabs now in a second, and I'll come back now. Thanks. So as I said, here's some swabs I did. I did them a week ago, so obviously the ink has dried, so there might not be quite as much shimmer. But just to give you also a bit of whether this will give you any idea, this is the tissue I just used to clean up all those pens. So you can see the little flecks of colour that's in that. Anyway, I'm going to go through these quickly. I hope you'll get some sort of flavour. It was really difficult to capture this on camera. So this is the Purple Pizzazz. I mean, I can see it here, but I don't know whether it's coming across in that video. So there's the Purple Pizzazz. So there's the Brandy Dazzle. As I said, it comes across as a bit of it's like a autumny orangey brown colour. So again, that shimmer's there. I hope you can see it a little bit through there. This is Golden Sands. Night Sky. Sparkling Shadow. If nothing else, it'll give you an idea of what these ink colours are actually like. So this is the Red Luster. There you go. Magical Forest. That's looking quite bright green. It's not quite that bright green if that's how it comes across. It is more of a grass green. Blue Lightning. As I said, I love this colour. It's a great colour. Blue Pearl. Here you can see the sheen at the top there. See that coming across there? This is a good everyday ink. And then Shimmering Seas. A good sort of solid blue-black ink, which again you can see on there. I hope this has been really useful to you. Look at my fingers, they're absolutely covered. I'm going to have to go and get these washed. I will speak to you soon. Please leave a comment below, like the video, and I'll get back to you very shortly with a new one. Thanks!